Well, as we've been hearing, eyewitnesses have described police pulling a man out of the car at Glasgow airport following that attempted attack and wrestling him to the ground. Passengers were fleeing from the terminal building, running and screaming. Jackie Kennedy was at the scene of the Glasgow incident and she spoke to Channel 4 News earlier.
Joining us now from Glasgow, Jackie Kennedy, who was an eyewitness to this attack. Can you tell us what you saw?
Basically, a car, a Cherokee Jeep, a green one, actually tried to ram the doors of the airport. They came in at an angle and hit a concrete pillar and the doors. And then I noticed that obviously the man wasn't trying to get out the car and the front of the car actually had flames on it. He then lifted up a petrol container and poured it over himself and the inside of the car. And then obviously came outside and was engulfed in flames.
Was there an explosion or was it just that a fire started when he got the petrol out?
No, the car was actually on fire inside the front passenger and driver's side, but there wasn't a great deal of flames, obviously, until he lifted up this petrol container.
And tell us what happened as he got out. I mean, who stopped him?
Basically, when he got out the car, he was engulfed in the flames, and two of the airport staff tried to put him out with fire extinguishers, which he didn't look very happy about. He then lay down on the ground and basically said, you know, the whole thing was on fire, and then eventually they managed to put the fire out on him.
And what about the other man? What was he doing? Had people already grabbed him by that stage?
Yeah, the passenger, I believe, got out of the car and tried to enter the building, and I think the police actually managed to get him quite quickly. But obviously the driver of the car was engulfed in flames and the police obviously couldn't actually get to him because he was burning.
Did you get a look at them? I mean, people have said that they were of Asian appearance.
Yes, they were.
And you saw them both?
Yes, I did. They were both in about their 30s and both of Asian appearance.
Now, the other thing that people have said is that there may have been petrol containers inside the car or gas canisters. I don't know, were you able to get a look at any of that? I
couldn't see inside the car. I don't know whether the windows were tinted or whether it was just because it was quite dark and raining at the time. The car did explode, I would say, about 3 times. But I would believe if there was, you know, petrol containers in the back of the Jeep, it would have been a much bigger explosion.
Was it clear to all of you looking on what was going on at that stage? I mean, there was no doubt in your mind that this was an attack?
At the beginning, I thought it was just somebody that had obviously, you know, just crashed their car into the building by mistake. But as I continued to look and seen the flames on the inside of the car, I realised then that this was obviously deliberately done. And the fact that the guy was in flames and seemed to be enjoying himself, smiling and everything.
How quickly were the police there?
Well, the police were there, I would say, within a couple of seconds, but obviously there was only a couple of the normal police that are on duty at the time outside the building. One of the policemen did try to arrest the man that was engulfed in flames and did actually spray some maize into his eyes, but I think with the wind blowing, it blew back in his eyes and he obviously couldn't restrain him too well because he couldn't see.
And so he was able to, because one man had talked about him trying to then get back to the car. Is that what happened?
Yes, I believe he did try to get back to the car. A member of the public actually came out and actually punched the man in the face, and this enabled the police to actually get a hold of him and actually get handcuffs on him.
Eyewitness Jackie Kennedy speaking to Channel 4 News earlier.